What's poppin', people? You read the title, Why I've Been Dream Journaling for 2 years Without Stopping. This is gonna be a little semi-storytime video / habit building video. And we're gonna talk about dream journaling and why I've been doing it. So, first of all, you guys might not even know what dream journaling is off the bat. Basically what it is every time you remember a dream, right when you wake up, you take either a notebook or you take your phone and open the Notes app and write down whatever you remember from your dream. Just anything, like whatever you think that you remember from the last night of dreaming, you just write it down. And at first this might sound idiotic, but here's the thing. Once you start implementing things into your life that build discipline and build character in a way, they will keep coming. And this is a pretty easy one because it's low commitment and it's actually fun, right? Because you're able to just lay in your bed and write down your dreams. Like, it's pretty interesting in my opinion. And I've now amassed maybe 500 dreams or something just in one notebook. And I started in 2020 at some point and I haven't stopped till now. Now, let's go over a few reasons why dream journaling is probably a great habit to have. First of all, for me personally, it gets me woken up. If I have to think about what I dreamed, my brain is activated right in the morning. Instead of just watching YouTube, I actually have to recall some short-term memories back into my frontal cortex and start thinking about them again. And that definitely requires energy. That wakes you up because you're kind of reminiscing on the past because the dream already happened, right? If you don't pull it back into memory, it will fade away. It will happen to everyone. I know people say that they'll remember their dreams. For me personally, after 5 minutes of me waking up, I'm forgetting that dream no matter what. The only reason why I'm able to remember dreams for so long is because I write them down and I can literally go back and read them at any point. And when you read the dream, it triggers the memory in your head because you already have the parameter of which to go by that the dream is based on. Even if you write down just the basics, some smaller details will probably start popping into your head, which is really cool. You guys should try it out. Write down a dream, completely forget about it, and then 1 week later, read over that journal entry, and I guarantee you guys, the dream will start coming back into your head. It'll start recreating the images of what you experienced while sleeping. And so there's one reason. Another reason is because it's always good to explore your subconscious mind, because we're always so caught up with the everyday activities and our fears and desires that we don't really take the time to get to know ourselves behind the ego and behind the projection of what we show to the world. This is kind of like a Freudian concept. If you guys know about Freud, he's one of the most famous psychologists out there, or the famous philosophers out there. Combination of the two. But if you start exploring your subconscious mind, you might actually get a pretty good idea of what you want. Because in my opinion, dreams are literally a landscape for your subconscious mind to project to you your ultimate desires. So if you do have dreams a lot and you can remember them, definitely write them down, because they might give you some valuable insight into something within yourself that maybe you've been holding back and that pops out in your dreams. When people have reoccurring nightmares of the same sort of situation, that's usually a pretty good sign that you actually do have some kind of fear of this situation. Like, if you keep having a nightmare night after night that you got in a car crash, that's usually, a pretty good indicator that you're actually scared of getting in a car crash. So, definitely, it's a great way to project your fears unconsciously and kind of look over them and see what you can do about them. Because, of course, once you conquer your fears, you will achieve more growth than any other thing you do for yourself, because your fears hold you back more than you think. Think about it. If you have a fear of public speaking, as I once did and still do to some extent, when you try and express yourself to the world, and keep in mind, you might have an amazing idea, but if you don't present it concisely, clearly, and with dignity, you just won't get any hits. You won't get any feedback. You won't get the reaction that you want, is what I'm trying to say here. So if you don't get the reaction you want and your viewers are not understanding your message because you're holding yourself back due to the fears that you have and are projecting out onto your audience, it will definitely be a lose-lose situation, because you have all these good ideas. And believe me, literally everyone has good ideas. It's just a matter of if they have the confidence to express them to the world. And I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here, but this is definitely a great way to understand your fears. People love to hear about dreams. Every time I've told someone that I have a dream journal, they're like, oh my god, that's so cool, let me hear some of the dreams. Especially girls, I've noticed, whenever I bring up the concept of dreams, they're really interested. And if they're not, that's a pretty good, basic indicator that they're not probably gonna be super deep. They're gonna be more on the shallow end. And of course, this is not for every single girl, but I've noticed that the girls who I expect to be into dreams are into dreams, because I know that their personality is something that is able to go deep. You can go deep with them. You can really explore theories and mindsets and all this kind of stuff that we're interested in here on the channel. You can really talk to these people about it if they're into dreams. I've noticed this countless times. And it's kind of like ghost stories, like ghost sightings within your life. People just love dreams because people love to associate meaning to things that might not have any. But from my experience, dreams do have meaning. And a lot of the times, it'll even get to the point where I dream something and then it actually happens, creating like a deja vu experience. And I don't want to get too philosophical here, but dreams are stored in the same part of your brain as memories are. So really, we wouldn't even know if our world or our existence is merely just a dream that we haven't woken up from yet. So it's definitely going to improve your memory if you write down dreams, because you remember them for longer and thus are able to remember your real memories for longer, because they're in the same part of your brain. I learned this a few years back, and I thought it was absolutely crazy that dreams and real memories are stored in the same part of your brain and there's almost no distinction between the two. That's insane to me. But so definitely journal your dreams and definitely be as descriptive as possible. Here's another thing too. If you actually have like a lot of dreams written down, you can definitely make like some sort of film, some sort of video, and just it gives you so much content for the future. Like if you ever became a film creator and you wrote down all your dreams, imagine what kind of advantage you would have over those around you. You would just have like a limitless stream of content that's always being added to, because while you don't always have the same amount of dreams, you always have dreams. Like, you dream about 6 dreams a night, I believe. You don't always remember them. You usually do when you get enough sleep. That's what I've noticed. I usually remember my dreams during my last few minutes of sleep on nights where I slept a good amount. Yeah, it will give you an endless stream of content that you can utilize at any time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It makes your memory sharper. It's a great icebreaker. It's a great stream of content, and it builds your discipline. I don't think I mentioned that yet. If you add this habit to your morning routine, from my experience, the more habits that you add to your morning routine, the more it will kind of fall into place. Like, I used to work out every single morning, and as a result of me working out, I would just naturally take a cold shower, because after the workout I'd be sweating and then I'd just jump in the cold shower. So like, these habits build off of one another. Like, once you start journaling your dreams, you can start journaling your actual feelings, because I think journaling your dreams is a lot easier because it's something very specific, right? It's just a memory. It's not like anything that you have to think deeply about. You just write what you remember. Once you start getting into the act of journaling, you can journal your own personal thoughts, read through them, figure out what your traumas are, and revise them and try and fix them throughout your meditations, and everything just kind of builds on one another. I definitely need to get more into meditating. That's one thing that I've been slacking on majorly, especially recently. Meditation, breathing patterns, and like all that kind of stuff. But before this video gets too long as usual, I think that those were pretty much all the points I had. More videos on the way, and yeah guys, I'll see you soon.